You can drive to Alaska from any point in North America via the Alaska Highway, which begins here at Dawson Creek, British Columbia. It's a two-lane highway, hard surface nearly all the way, and open year-round, providing a comfortable drive through stunning wilderness. Highway services are available about every 50 miles, but you're never alone. The Alaska Highway is well-traveled, and the Canadian Mounties cruise by quite often. Most communities are small, with one exception, Whitehorse, capital of Yukon Territory. A modern city with many fine hotels and restaurants, Whitehorse is a major transportation, medical, and service center for Canada's Northwest. Now, the pacing of your trip is strictly up to you. You can stop anywhere and enjoy the scenery. When the United States entered World War II, strategic considerations prompted the building of this highway to link Alaska, then a territory, with the continental United States, or as Alaskans like to call it, the lower 48. Two construction units, one from the south, the other from the north, met here at Kluane Lake, and on November 20th, 1942, the Alaska Highway was officially opened. Traveling northwest, things American are more frequent now. That's Mount Kennedy, named after our late president, overlooking both the Yukon and Alaska. A famous American naturalist explained Alaska this way: "No excursion that I know of may be made into any other American wilderness where so marvelous an abundance of noble newborn scenery is so charming and brought to view. Never before had I become so embosomed in scenery so hopefully beyond description." Now, nearly a century later, let's put John Muir's testimonial to the test. Shortly after entering Alaska, the many options for rich experiences begin. You could drive north over the old telegraph roadway pioneered by an American aviator whose name became a household word, Billy Mitchell, or you could drive northwest to Fairbanks. But for starters, let's drive southwest to the city of Valdez. From the Richardson Highway, we get our first look at the 800-mile-long Trans-Alaska oil pipeline, which terminates at Valdez. Floaters are running waters of the Keystone Canyon, accompanied by a sturdy kayaker. At the edge of the city, spawning salmon attract visitors and seagulls. Valdez today is a new city, rebuilt after a tidal wave destroyed the old town during the 1964 Good Friday earthquake. Sometimes known as Little Switzerland, this snug community is the gateway to a rich marine environment, explored both by visitors and residents. Across the bay, the pipeline terminal. Huge tankers haul North Slope crude oil to American ports, helping to fuel our nation. One of the most enjoyable waterways in Alaska is Prince William Sound, located at the upper rim of the Pacific Ocean. Here, nature created a masterpiece, a feasting place for all kinds. Warmed by the Japanese current, this body of water is the year-round habitat for many and a way station for even more. Species of whale pass through here each year. These humpbacks weigh up to 50 tons. Unlike the more wary land animals, the sea creatures of the Sound often make an appearance for the benefit of human watchers and their cameras. Baby seals, always a captivating sight. Is it cold? I bet it is. And porpoises often appear to form a friendly attachment to boats. Bird rookeries dot the rugged shoreline. Sea lions, always sounding grumpy, spend much of their time hauled out on the rocks. But there are exceptions. Saltwater fishing is also a popular activity in the Sound. You'd best start off, though, with a booking agent, such as this one, appropriately named. Halibut fishing tops the list. The Sea Ruby, just one of many charter boats available. Putting out to sea is always a bit of a thrill. Whether you're seeking halibut or salmon, the scenery and the excitement are the same. That's a shark out there. A bald eagle lumbers by. And here's our friendly escort. Who would ever get tired of watching the porpoise? Now to the business of fishing. This was a good place for halibut yesterday, so let's give it a try today. Salmon should be running through these waters. Look at all the company we have. Halibut can weigh hundreds of pounds, and everyone hopes for the big one. Here's something. Uh-oh, an Irish lord. Oh, well, we'll try it again. Ah, here we go. 2 halibut on the same line. And there goes another line. Boy, this is the place, all right. Meanwhile, salmon fishing isn't quite so hot. Ah, here it is. Well, whatever. It sure isn't a salmon. The day's been short on salmon, but it's been long on a rich experience. And back in Valdez, there's the photo opportunity with the one that didn't get away. Another popular activity in Prince William Sound, glacier watching. Stan Stevens operates several boats exploring one of the most fascinating glaciers, the Columbia. Stan maneuvers his Glacier Spirit in ice calved from this, the second largest tidewater glacier in Alaska. To get a better perspective of the dimensions of Columbia Glacier, let's go a few miles south to Growler Island, where Stan operates a camp for his guests. Some there just for a few hours, others for a day or more. Plenty of food in the cook tent. How large is this Columbia Glacier? It covers more than 400 square miles, or an area as large as the city of Los Angeles. Growler Island is rich in nature. A great place to explore the coves and inlets, and to wet a line. While here, you help in harvesting shrimp for dinner. Ice, ice everywhere. A fine platform for the frisky land otter, though you wouldn't know that by all the time they spend in the water. Here's a guy who only goes near the water for fish. And speaking of fish, how about these? Yes, indeed, the Sound is a feasting place. If you're really hooked on glaciers, take a ride on Brad Phillips' catamaran, the Klondike, and in one day you'll see 26 glaciers. Wildlife is all over. Sea otters here, their appetite seems never to be satisfied. Killer whales have an appetite too. For a tasty seal? Then a huge iceberg has to be dealt with, and the tip of this one is only about 1/8 of the berg's total size. Smaller chunks harvested to cool your favorite beverage. Truly, Prince William Sound is a special place, with its unique mixture of scenery, wildlife, and natural phenomena, making your trip highly memorable. John Muir could attest to that. North now from Valdez toward the interior. A leisurely drive allows for many stops to marvel at the scenery and nature in action. Flowers are in full bloom. Birds gather food for their newborn. Animals busy fattening up for the coming winter. Here's Santa, North Pole, Alaska. How far have we driven? Well, this is Santa Claus House, just one of the fun stops on the way to Fairbanks. A military helicopter points the way. Fairbanks is the end of the Alaska Highway, some 1,500 miles from the starting point at Dawson Creek. Rugged gold prospectors founded this city at the turn of the century. The University of Alaska is a world-renowned center of Arctic study and research. History lives again aboard Captain Jim Binkley's riverboat, Discovery. All roads north from Fairbanks lead to the Arctic. We're driving the James Dalton Highway now, named after a pioneer engineer. Built by the oil industry, it's also known as the Pipeline Road. The only bridge in Alaska that spans the Yukon River. A few more miles, we cross the Arctic Circle. Pit stops are few and far between along this road. Coldfoot is one, claiming to be the northernmost truck stop in the world. This is Eskimo country. For the visitor, they display their skills in dancing. The traditional blanket toss. And carving objects of art. The Eskimos are indeed unique people. If you really want to be adventurous, take a flight-seeing journey out over the ice of the Arctic Ocean. Those are bowhead whales migrating to their summer feeding grounds. Unlike other whales, the bowheads never completely leave the ice of the northern hemisphere. Walrus on the move too. The white beluga whales are busy here, keeping their breathing hole free from freezing over. Four species of seals are found in the Arctic. The most common, the ring seal. Favorite food for this guy, Nanook, monarch of the Arctic. His only enemy is man. Where does a polar bear sleep? You guessed it, anywhere he wants to. While on the subject of flying, let's hop south to my neck of the woods, Mount McKinley, the summit of North America at over 20,000 feet in Denali National Park.
McKinley traffic, 19 Victor is just over second shot. We're heading.
I've been flying McKinley and neighboring peaks in the Alaska Range for many, many years, landing sightseers, skiers, and climbers on snow-covered glaciers with my ski-equipped plane. This footage, by the way, was taken by the Anchorage Public Television Station for its TV special, The Denali Flyers. Mountain climbers come from all over the world to tackle Mount McKinley, hundreds of them during the summer season, for this mountain is a powerful challenge, and in some ways, more challenging even than Mount Everest. And visitors, flight seers, who take this flight with me, usually out of the village of Talkeetna, call it the highlight of their Alaskan tour. Truly an experience and adventure not to be missed. Although Alaska's road system consists of only a few thousand miles, each mile is quite different, offering a new experience. No, this isn't a merry-go-round for dogs. It's Joe Reddington training his dogs for racing. Every March, a long-distance sled dog race between Anchorage and Nome goes right through here, the community of Knik, which is a way station on the historic Iditarod Trail. Joe Reddington, known as the father of the Iditarod Trail Race, is always a strong competitor in that big race. Now, Alaska has a land area of 586,000 square miles, twice the size of Texas plus Indiana. Its largest city, Anchorage, takes only a small part of that, yet half of the state's 500,000 residents call it home. Anchorage resembles many cities in the lower 48. Visitors come from all over. Captain James Cook, the renowned British explorer, was one of the first. Cook, overlooking the body of water that bears his name, Cook Inlet. Another recent visitor, Miss America, samples a taste of Alaska. Anchorage is big city life, yet only minutes away from Alaskan wilderness. Anchorage, among other things, is a medical center where northern medicine is among the specialties practiced. Restaurants offering cuisine from all corners of the globe dot this community. And you need never worry about a roof over your head. The Hotel Captain Cook is an example of a world-class place to stay. The Clarion, depicting Alaskana in pictures and decor. It can be reached by float plane as well as by auto. The Mush Inn Motel offers not only a comfortable, affordable stay, but a vast array of art representing the rich Russian Orthodox culture still in Alaska. This culture is nearby at the foot of the Chugach Mountains. The Seward Highway hugs the steep flanks of those mountains as we drive along the scenic waters of Turnagain Arm. Onward now to another one of Alaska's playgrounds, the Kenai Peninsula. Seward is another Alaskan port. Here, the Alaska Railroad begins its journey north, terminating finally in Fairbanks. Well, so did the early drivers of dog teams. They started out here, for this was the beginning of the Iditarod Trail. And appropriately, Joe Reddington is here as Grand Marshal for the 4th of July parade. The highlight of the festivities is the annual running of Mount Marathon. Joe starts them off. Then up they go, 3,000 feet to the summit, then back down again, slipping and sliding. Looks exhausting, doesn't it? Believe me, it is. One of the most visited communities on the Kenai is Homer. Like most Alaskan coastal regions, these waters are rich in seafood. Renting a boat for personal use is popular, but the inexperienced fisher person runs the risk of getting skunked. Most visitors wisely sign on with the experts. Halibut charters put to sea daily with the flotilla that stretches clear across Lower Cook Inlet. Lines are set at key spots selected by the guide. This is where experience really pays off. But each day is a little bit different. Thus, waiting is part of the game. Our loners aren't having much luck. Then the halibut hit. You know the old adage, to make hay while the sun shines? Well, it applies to fishing too. Our loners are digging clams at low tide. A good catch. Steamed clams go well at any meal. Especially served with the native food of these visitors from Italy. On board the Stardust, they've lined them up. A good catch for the day. And soon some of this will be dinner. As for our returning loners, well, the gulls get the leftover bait. Back at Central Charters, the booking agency here in Homer, fisher people from other boats proudly display their catch. Our loners are proud, too. They had a fun-filled day, exploring the bay on their own, and they're going to dine on seafood at a local restaurant. All part of the joy of traveling in Alaska. Heading west by plane across Cook Inlet leads to still more adventures. Mount Augustine in Lower Cook Inlet is an active volcano. While just a bit north, Mount Iliamna is an inactive volcano. Contrasts that make this state so unique. This is freshwater, where a long list of resident fish mix with the returning salmon and the bears and their kibitzers. Now let's watch some folks fishing. No one lives in this area, but during the summer and fall, the streams come alive. Sport fishing here requires a wide expanse, lots of elbow room. Boats ferry fisher people from one place to another, and float planes expand the range. At lunchtime, the reward: fish freshly caught, cooked over an open fire. A photo opportunity of a lifetime. The nights grow longer each day now that fall has arrived. Some call this Septober, as there is still much to do. Horse trekking, letting old Dobbin do the walking. Bears pick berries. And sandhill cranes form up for the long journey to Texas and point south. But the year-round residents, they're not going very far. Moose graze while caribou wander, and bears scrounge and scratch. Doll sheep patrol the high country. Ouch! Well, as our journey draws to a close and we look back upon it, we know that John Muir was right about Alaska, and his testimony has been joined since by many. For instance, by Mrs. Lydia Heberling of Highland Falls, New York.
I think the biggest thrill was when we saw McKinley in all its glory. We saw a lot of wildlife, a lot of caribou, and my husband got a picture of the grizzly crossing the road.
And by other visitors.
I think Alaska's great. A lot of fishing. I love the people up there. I love the lifestyle up there.
Well, what I like about Alaska is the beauty, the wilderness, snow. It seems like a great getaway place.
As an Alaskan who chose to live here, I join our senior senator, Ted Stevens, when he says, "We Alaskans are proud of our state and delight in showing it to others." So when you come north to Alaska, and it's never too late, you'll be welcomed with open arms.